Within the next 30 minutes, you'll have a complete understanding of everything Neumi worldwide. So firstly, income disclosure. Our compensation plan is an opportunity. It is not a job. There's no guarantee that you'll earn exactly the same money as the person beside you putting in exactly the same hours, because your success rate might be better or worse, who knows? So we don't guarantee specific incomes, except to say it's a great opportunity. If you work, you can earn great income. FDA disclaimer. Our products are not designed to treat, cure, or prevent any disease. You won't hear any Neumi members referring to any medical conditions or diseases, because our products are not for that. But they do boost nutrition in the body, which does some amazing things internally. Our mission is to empower members to become the best versions of themselves in all areas of their lives. And how do they do that? Well, three things: vision, innovation, and execution. So let's talk about vision. This is my beautiful friend, Steve Scott, I talked about before. Steve is the founder of Neumi. And if you don't know Steve, I'll guarantee you'll know a lot of his successes. If you have ever heard of, say, the Total Gym, with billions in sales, Steve was an infomercial giant. And one of his secrets was, by dwarfing the success of everybody else on TV, he did that by only marketing what he terms a breakthrough product. Now, we're going to talk about our breakthrough product today, but Steve's also a best-selling author worldwide, been invited on TV, many channels around the world as well. He was in retirement, as I said, until he found what he calls now the biggest breakthrough of his entire life. And that's why we are launching now around the world, which is pretty exciting stuff. So with that in mind, then we brought on board Aaron Rennert, who is our president and CEO. And without reading everything on the screen, I can say that Aaron had a lot of experience in home-based business, and in a previous company, he took them to 37 countries in 13 years. In Neumi, he's taken us into 67 countries in 2.5 years. Unbelievable. And he says that our philosophy is to be the most field-driven company in the industry, and we certainly are. We also have a medical advisory board. I've been involved in the glutathione supplementation world myself now for 16 years. I've used intravenous glutathione, patches, I've used liposomals, I've used precursors, I've used everything. Nothing comes close to the results I've experienced in the last 3 years with the Neumi products. And these members of our medical advisory board say the same. These doctors are not paid. They volunteer because of the results they're seeing. And every one of them have used all other forms of glutathione supplementation that's available in the market. Let's talk about one of these people, just to show you the caliber of the people who are on board with us. Doug Harrington, behind the Stanford Heart Transplant team. This guy invented something called the pulse test for early heart attack detection. And he, again, says this is the bee's knees. When we're talking about Gordon Crozier on this slide, he wrote a book on glutathione on a great ingredient a few years ago. And he says now this method, Hydrostat, you can hear about trumps all of that as well. And of course, my beautiful friend here, I'll be presenting in Gold Coast, Australia next week with Dr. Dean Stubbs, who's been presenting on glutathione for many years. What do the experts have to say? Well, firstly, let's talk about what is glutathione. Glutathione is the protector and detoxifier of your cells. It's the master antioxidant in your body, okay? And it's the key to life, health, performance. In fact, if you didn't have glutathione in your cells, you'd be dead right now. Now, it's one of the most studied molecules in the world. In fact, 180,000 studies on PubMed these days. The doctors say things like this: it's the most powerful antioxidant you've never heard of. It's one of the keys to fighting off disease that you fear the most. It's called glutathione. Write it down. It's critically important. That was from Dr. Oz on television. Dr. Katz, director of Yale University's Prevention Research Center, says if you're chronically run down, if you're chronically fatigued, or your body isn't firing on all cylinders, low glutathione could be part of it, both the cause and the effect. So it's a fact that your glutathione levels decrease with age. Here I am at 25 years of age. No, I wish. Here I am at 55 years of age, and I will have a depleted glutathione level, because they say about 18 to 20 years of age, shown here in the white line, your glutathione levels start to drop in a healthy individual. And here is the blue line, the oxidative stress. They call oxidative stress the silent killer. When the two paths cross and your glutathione levels aren't there to stave off and defend you against oxidative stress, then about 70 to 80 different medical conditions can arise, which is not good. So high levels of glutathione are associated with an extensive number of health, performance, and anti-aging benefits around the world, including but not limited to strengthening the immune system, increased energy, enhanced stamina and endurance, improved exercise and recovery times, greater mental focus and clarity, enhanced quality and length of life. And what's interesting, I had an athlete here in Australia that I gave the product to, and they just said, I've never taken anything that's given me this sort of performance. It's crazy. So the problem with glutathione supplementation is if you take it orally, glutathione is a fragile molecule that will get destroyed by the digestive tract. Now, in our case, we don't need to go through the gut. We'll talk about that in a minute. Molecule size, even though there are some great supplements out there, they're all double to triple the price of our products. That's one instant obvious thing. But also trying to drive or trying to put a glutathione molecule into a cell is like trying to drive a bus through a keyhole. It's a physical impossibility. Every other product on the market have larger molecule sizes than we do, so they can't absorb into the same place. Not only that, if you went, say, to intravenous glutathione, which is awesome, you also realize that the half-life, you know, how long it lasts is not that long. After about 6 days, it's all over. And again, a few $100s per intravenous as well. So what did we do? Innovation. Well, the solution is we created, and this is where I found the investors for this years ago, hydrostat nano delivery, which is our own process. We nano-size particles under 10 nanometers, and we encapsulate them in ultra-purified water clusters, which are purer than a hospital IV, for an example, right? A lot of companies go out there and say, let's just put more and more and more ingredients in and then pray that some of it gets through the gut and then absorbs. That's been the method for all nutrition in the past. But as you can see, the molecule size too big, that's not going to get where hydrostat can. Similarly, if you're looking at other ones in the market, don't be conned. Sometimes people say, oh, we're nanotechnology. Anything under a couple of hundred nanometers is nanotechnology, but you need to be under 20 to 30 nanometers 20 to 30 nanometers to absorb into the blood-brain barrier and under 10 to absorb into a cell. So others are just not in the same race. Similarly, when we're talking about particle size, our cells only absorb the section of the molecule that it touches. So nano-sizing gives more surface contact, and that is just a layman explanation so you can understand how you get a lot more effectiveness, about 200 times greater using what we have. So the key here is we wrap our ingredients in water clusters for protection, and they're absorbed before they make it to the stomach. So the first product we brought out was called NutraSwish, and we used our concept of shrinking particles down of things like glutathione, cysteine, which will help you produce more glutathione, curcumin, vitamin C, other ingredients. So it's a formula. So even if you look at, say, liposomals, you're going to pay 4 times the price because you'll need 4 bottles. You'll need one for glutathione, one for cysteine, one for curcumin, one for vitamin C. So you can get it all in one at about a quarter of the price. And that's for immune boost, joint support, cognitive health, and lots of energy. So some people are skeptical. I love that. This is one of my most skeptical friends, Natalie Jenkinson. She was an Olympic judo champion. She was also 4 times Australian boxing women's champion. She said on the first day, I noticed I slept really well. If that was it, I was happy. Then she said by day 13, I was training better than I had in years. Interesting. Some people say that's good, but how do we know Natalie eats well? You don't know, Michael. I ate green veggies. I wouldn't put anything in my mouth that wasn't, you know, perfectly pure. Well, look at this guy, Alexander Glover, vegan triathlete. Immediately noticed it was in his body, right? Had amazing focus and brain clarity, even though he only eats green and green. You could back a truck of asparagus and beans and broccoli into your mouth to increase glutathione, and you'll have a minute reaction, which is good, and I'd encourage you to do that. I love green veggies, but it will not come close to supplementing. Not possible. Totally physically impossible. After 4 days, he had a tremendous increase in his energy, which gave him a disinterest in coffee, and his muscle strength and speed. Everything came back, and even his recovery as well. That led us to this product. We had Dr. Marina Perito, who is from a company called Skinfluence, say, if you can shrink particles down like you do, and you did that for skin with other ingredients in addition to glutathione, which is hyaluronic acid, curcumin, collagen, some other things, you'd have the greatest skincare in the world. And that's what we've done. And you can see all these benefits on the screen. Everybody would want these. Let me show you some before and afters. I got to say, when I first saw this, I thought this has got to be Photoshopped, but it's not. This is a friend of mine from the US. And I got to tell you, Sherry now, if I showed you her live, she looks even better than the photographs. And she's in her 60s, mid 60s. Crazy. 7 weeks in, 8 days in, an esthetician. Amazing. She started using it on her clients. Steve Scott, our founder, look at the difference in the brightness and tightness of the skin. This is a young person in Hawaii, 2 to 3 times a week for 2 weeks. And look at the smoothness of her skin. All skin types. This lady's in her 80s, for example. I love this one because my friend in Australia is a skincare educator worldwide. She says 0.03% of skincare gets to the last layer of the skin because the particles are too big. This is her client. 1 month later, she said, holy smokes, look at this. Look at the brightness in the skin, the fine lines, the wrinkles. Even her neck is tightened up, and she didn't lose weight. This lady's lost her turkey neck. Ladies love that. And that led us to our third product that we released, which is only available in 3 countries right now: America, Mexico, and Canada. However, we took proven ingredients for women's health, but we made them more effective in all these things that women want to improve upon: cramp relief, libido, hot flashes, mood improvement. We had a double-blind placebo-controlled test, showed that women from 18 to 70 had spectacular results in all aspects of women's health. So, as I said, they're only available, excuse me, at this point in the following markets. But check out what people say, these ladies. Every time I had a hot flash, I swish and it stops it from happening. 55. A 32-year-old. I used to be miserable 10 days before my period. Now my body's no longer at war with itself. And again, a 53-year-old, I can now sleep under my covers, right? This is all the results of the double-blind placebo-controlled test. So we could have gone anywhere to get these products to the world. In fact, we could have gone on infomercials. We're partnered with the largest infomercial giant in the world, but we chose to go to home-based business. Why is that? Well, 70% of people trust a referral, only 14% of people trust an ad. So we went to the home-based business industry because it was growing rapidly. In fact, when a tough economy hits, which happened during COVID, the industry grew rapidly. So we also transformed and disrupted the industry by putting in a few other criteria. We don't believe in membership fees, so it's free to join. Other companies charging membership fees. We're still scratching our heads wondering why, but we give you all these benefits as well. Steve Scott, who sold billions, has a program called Master Strategies of Super Achievers. If you want to be a millionaire, take one to lunch, listen to Steve. You get that for free. It's valued at $400. We also have Amber Brown's Fit program you can use, which is on an app. And that program, again, would sell for $200 to keep you on track. Finally, there's every single man and his dog and his cat are selling travel platforms right now. And they all sell them for up to $1,000 a year to get 70% off your travel. We give that away for free. I had someone whose mind was exploding the other day because he'd started building a travel business only to find out we're giving away what he's charging for free. So tools. We also have an app in the business, which we give you for free as well. So you literally can send out videos to people, including this one you're watching right now, and I'll tell you when they open it, when they watch it, how long they watch it for. And there's even more coming excited down the track about July, but I can't say any more. We also have Facebook pages. Right now, we're live streaming into this one. If you haven't joined it, go watch some more before and afters. You'll need to answer the questions and click agree to group rules to get in. If you're a member, if you're Spanish, you can do the same with the official Spanish one. If you're a member, there's a member page, which you can apply to join as well. And you'll be missing out on lots of updates if you're not in that one. I might add today, we are live streaming into the Neumi New You group. As of tomorrow, because Facebook's changing some rules, we will not be live streaming into the groups. We'll be putting the recordings in, but we will be live streaming onto YouTube as of tomorrow. We just finalized getting that working. It'll start tomorrow. So that'll be public right around the world. So there's a guarantee in our products as well. Hassle-free subscriptions. Want to change it? Not locked in. There's also a guarantee of 30 days. Try the product. Don't like it. Return it. Get your money back. How about free product? Well, as you join, there's many options to join. You can just dip your toe in the water and buy a couple of products. But if you really want to build a business, you're probably going to want to go buy a few more products so you've got some to share. So there's a quarterly pack. You get a 7th bottle of product for free, a lifestyle pack. You save a lot more money there, $280 saving. And of course, the bundle pack, you save a fortune. So there's packs to get started. Let's talk about the compensation plan. Firstly, we have a very transparent, easy to understand compensation plan. We don't have PV, BV ratios, which is confusing. $1 equals a point. Keep it simple. Now, we're paying 55 cents in the dollar. Actual dollar. I can tell you hand on heart, staring in the eyeballs, that most companies say, oh, we pay 50 cents in the dollar. No, they pay 50 cents of the BV. What's that? Usually 27 cents, 25 cents, 38 cents in the dollar. They include all their incentive trips in that. We do not. Okay, so our incentive trips are on top of what we pay. So we pay way more than every other company in the industry. It's not possible for them to pay the same if they've got traditional nutrition. There's no profitability in it. So weekly payouts. Starting in the weekly payouts, you can earn up to 43% on the weeklies, but like that figure I mentioned before includes the monthlies. So first off, anyone you introduce, you'll get 25%. So I'm looking at Dave on video, for example. If Dave joined you with a $1,000 pack, you'd earn $250 US. Then if Dave was a customer and just bought 2 products, $100, you get 25. If he kept purchasing every month ongoing, you get that as well. Then who does Dave know that you don't know? He's got a whole circle of contacts. Well, you can earn up to 6 generations more, 3% each, as that business goes around the world. Now, I say this not out of ego, just out of to show the power of this business model. Right now, having introduced a few friends around the world, it's trickled in my business into pretty much every part of the globe. And while I'm sleeping, the business is growing in countries that are awake when I'm asleep. That's what you've got on your hands, folks. So as I said, we pay up 43% on the weeklies, total of 55% on including monthlies. Let's talk about the monthlies. The first bonus here is a roadmap. It's not your ultimate end game. It's not what you should always focus on. It's just what you focus on as you get the airplane off the ground. And that says find 3 people who are just going to become members and they're going to purchase $100 worth of product. Baby step. You do that, then teach it. So when you help those 3 find 3 and you are ranked as a senior member, we'll pay you another $250. So 50 on the first step, $250 on the second step, $1,500 on the third step. And if you want to complete 2 Power of 3, you could earn $3,000 a month from this one bonus if you wish. Next one's the uni level and the infinity bonus. You automatically qualify to receive 7% 3 levels down. That then in order to unlock the other levels, or total of 7 levels, you'd need to rank advance. Then we get into what we call infinity bonuses. So all of our leadership ranks you'll see here on the screen. I don't need to read the detail, but you can see you can earn anywhere from $2,500 up to $15,000 with infinity bonuses, depending on your rank, from level 8 to infinity, which is phenomenal. So you don't miss out on any payments. Let me just give you a quick diagram that'll help you understand that. So here you'll have members. You instantly unlock level 3, 1, 2, 3 with your weekly commissions and the uni level. Then in order to unlock level 4, you need to have a $1,500 turnover in your team. And when you're a senior member qualified, level 4 opens up, then 5, then 6, then 7. Now you notice there's no structural requirements in a business until you get to that 3-star structure. Then it's about helping others duplicate. And then all the way through our ranks at the top, you'll see all it is just some volume requirements and just creating 1-star legs. That's it. And you'll see how the infinity bonuses come in there as well. Finally, there's a profit sharing bonus internationally, which I love. And this one says that 6% of global sales from member purchases every month go into a pool. Then we take 6 different pools, 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%. And depending on your rank, you can qualify to profit share in that global profit sharing pool as well, which is really cool because I'm traveling to Indonesia and the Philippines in a couple of weeks. When we do the big event and kick everything off in Indonesia, even if you don't have an Indonesian business, when the 12,000 plus people put their memberships through in the 1st of May, you'll profit share on that. Boom. How cool is that? So as we wrap up, ladies and gentlemen, this is designed to be a very quick overview, 24 minutes. That's a good time. I want to ask you a question. Are you A, ready to get started? Send a text to the person who invited you and they'll get you started right away. Or B, you want more info? Plenty of videos in our app. They can send you on Clarify and anything you want to know, or maybe get on a Zoom call and ask your questions directly. And C, I want to try the products. And I highly recommend that you do that no matter what you've done. If you've never supplemented with glutathione before, you're going to go, wow. And if you have supplemented with glutathione, you're going to go, holy smokes, I've never seen a product this effective. So thank you for attending today, folks. Just a reminder, tomorrow is Members Night. We'll be on live with some updates about our transitional new website. We will be live streaming on YouTube as of tomorrow, I can guarantee you, because I've been practicing this behind the scenes, and Keith will tell you my hair has almost been pulled out getting it to that stage. So we will be live streaming as of tomorrow. So good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, no matter where you are. All the best.